crypto leverage trading is the #1 fastest way to making millions, but at the same time, fastest way to losing everything. If you are confused, don't worry, because by the end of this video, you will know exactly what leverage trading is, how does it work, and if it is for you. This is Bitcoin Academy, #1 rising platform for crypto education, and every video is 100% beginner friendly. All right, it's time to begin with the foundation and answer the main question. What exactly is leverage trading, and why does it sound so attractive to so many people entering crypto? In its simplest form, leverage trading means using borrowed money to control a trade larger than what your own funds could normally cover. When you open a leveraged trade, the exchange temporarily lends you additional capital, allowing you to multiply the size of your position compared to your starting balance. For example, instead of trading with just your own $100, you can control several hundred or even thousands depending on the leverage level you choose. The goal behind this is simple: to increase potential profit on small price movements. The catch, however, is that the same mechanism that multiplies profits also multiplies losses by the exact same factor. The reason beginners find leverage so tempting is because at first glance, it feels like a shortcut to success, a way to turn small money into big results overnight. It gives an illusion of power, making people feel like professionals even when they are just starting. But what most newcomers fail to realize is that leverage is not free money. It's a loan that comes with strict rules, and breaking them often ends with complete loss of capital. Understanding this basic definition is the first step before touching anything else about leverage trading. Now that we know what leverage trading actually means, it's time to see how it works in practice through a simple example that anyone can understand. Imagine you have $100 of your own money, but you decide to use 10 times leverage. This means the exchange allows you to open a position worth $1,000, effectively multiplying your buying power by 10. If the price of the asset you trade increases by 5%, that 5% gain applies to the entire $1,000, which gives you a profit of $50. That is a 50% return on your original $100. And this is the part that attracts so many new traders. But what most people overlook is that the same rule applies when the market moves in the opposite direction. If the price drops by 5%, you would lose $50 instead, cutting your account in half. A 10% drop would completely wipe your original investment because your losses would equal the amount you started with. This is why leverage must never be seen as a guaranteed profit tool, but rather as a double-edged sword that works perfectly both ways. The key to understanding leverage is realizing that it does not change the direction of the market or your chance of being right. It only makes every price move affect your balance much faster. Once you grasp this simple math, the importance of managing risk becomes obvious even before taking the next step in trading. At this point, it's natural to wonder why traders even use leverage when it can be so risky. And the answer lies in the human desire for faster rewards and bigger results. Leverage trading offers the ability to make noticeable profits from small price changes, something that feels impossible in normal spot trading, where gains often look slow and tiny. Many beginners see screenshots or stories online of people doubling their accounts in a day and assume that leverage is the secret behind it. The truth is, this appeal comes from the idea of financial acceleration, being able to turn a small amount of money into a large position without waiting years for growth. It gives a psychological rush, almost like compressing weeks of potential returns into just a few minutes of market movement. For some traders, especially professionals, leverage is also a practical tool that helps them use their capital more efficiently, freeing up funds for other opportunities while still maintaining decent exposure to the market. But for beginners, that same power can feel like a lottery ticket, leading to impulsive trades without any real plan or understanding of the downside. The main reason leverage sounds tempting is because it promises speed, and speed in money-making is one of the strongest emotional triggers in finance. The sooner a trader understands that leverage does not create profit by itself, but only amplifies outcomes, the closer they are to seeing it as a tool that demands discipline, not excitement. Now that the excitement around leverage makes more sense, it's time to uncover what really happens behind the scenes when you open a leveraged trade, and that starts with understanding margin and collateral. Margin is the amount of your own money that you put down to open a leveraged position, and it acts like a security deposit that protects the exchange in case the market moves against you. Collateral is simply the asset you use as that deposit, which can be a stablecoin or another cryptocurrency. When you decide on leverage, the exchange calculates how much margin you need based on the size of your trade. For example, using 10 times leverage on a $1,000 position requires $100 of margin, meaning your money covers only 10% of the total. If the market starts to move in the wrong direction, the value of your margin begins to shrink. And if it falls too far, the system will close your trade automatically to prevent deeper losses. Exchanges also separate margin into two modes. Isolated margin means each trade has its own independent deposit, so if one fails, the others remain safe. Cross margin means your entire account balance is used to support all open positions, which can protect you temporarily, but also risk everything if one trade collapses. Understanding how margin and collateral actually work helps traders see that leverage isn't just about profit potential. It's about how much personal capital is put at risk every single time a position is open. At this stage, it's crucial to talk about the single biggest danger in leverage trading, and that is liquidation. Liquidation happens when your losses reach the point where your margin or collateral is no longer enough to cover the borrowed money, so the exchange steps in and automatically closes your position to prevent further damage. It's not a penalty or punishment, but a safety mechanism for the platform, ensuring it doesn't lose the funds it lent you. The moment your trade hits the liquidation price, your position disappears, and your margin is gone instantly. The higher the leverage you use, the closer that liquidation price sits to your entry, meaning even tiny market movements can wipe out your capital in seconds. Imagine buying Bitcoin at $40,000 with $100 of margin and 10 times leverage. If Bitcoin drops by only 10% to $36,000, that entire $100 is lost because the exchange will liquidate you right before reaching that point. It's similar to a car being taken back by the bank if you can't make payments. Except here, the car is your open position. Many beginners confuse liquidation with a normal stop loss, but the difference is that stop loss is your choice, while liquidation is forced. The sad truth is that most traders lose not because their idea was completely wrong, but because their leverage made normal price movement unbearable. Understanding liquidation deeply is the first defense against blowing up an account. Now that you understand liquidation and the risk it brings, it's time to explore how traders actually use leverage in both market directions through long and short positions. A long position means you are betting that the price of a cryptocurrency will rise, so you buy it now, hoping to sell it later at a higher price. A short position is the opposite, where you profit when the price falls by borrowing the asset from the exchange and selling it now, then buying it back cheaper later to return what you borrowed. In the world of crypto derivatives, this borrowing happens automatically behind the scenes, so you don't need to find someone to lend it to you. Both long and short trades can be done with leverage, and the risk level is the same because losses can grow just as fast in either direction. For example, if you short Bitcoin with 10 times leverage and it rises by 5% instead of falling, that small move will cost you 50% of your margin instantly. Many beginners assume shorting is safer during down markets, but it still carries the same exposure, only reversed. The advantage of understanding both directions is that you no longer depend on the market always going up to make money, but the danger is that you must be right about the direction and timing at the same time. Leverage makes that challenge much harder, which is why knowing whether to go long or short should always come after learning to manage risk first. At this point, it's worth looking at how crypto exchanges themselves make leverage trading feel so simple, and why that simplicity can easily turn into a hidden danger. Most popular platforms like Binance, Bybit, and OKX allow traders to open leveraged positions with just a few clicks and an easy-to-use slider that adjusts leverage anywhere from 1 time to even 125 times. The interface looks clean and friendly, showing colorful profit and loss numbers that update every second, which makes the whole process seem harmless. But behind that smooth design lies a web of complex mechanisms, like margin requirements, liquidation engines, and funding rates that constantly adjust depending on market conditions. Funding rates are small periodic payments exchanged between long and short traders to keep prices of leveraged contracts close to the real market price. Yet most beginners have no idea they exist until they start eating away at their balance. Exchanges also display unrealized profit in large green numbers, which can trigger greed, and small red losses, which cause panic. pushing traders to act emotionally. The overall experience is built for speed and excitement, not for careful decision-making. That's why many people mistake convenience for safety, believing that if something is easy to do, it must be low risk. In reality, the simpler an exchange makes leverage appear, the more cautious you should become, because the responsibility for every click still belongs entirely to you, not the platform. Now that we've seen how exchanges simplify everything, it's time to address the uncomfortable truth that the majority of beginners lose money when trading with leverage. The reason isn't because markets are rigged, but because human psychology isn't built for the emotional pressure leverage creates. When traders see a few early wins, greed kicks in, convincing them they've figured out the secret. They start increasing leverage and ignoring risk, assuming the market will keep moving in their favor. When it doesn't, fear takes over, and decisions become impulsive. This emotional roller coaster leads to what's called FOMO, or the fear of missing out, where people jump into trades without a plan just because they see others making money. Then comes revenge trading, when someone loses and instantly opens a new position, hoping to win it back, usually making the loss even bigger. Another major reason beginners lose is poor position sizing, meaning they put too much of their balance into a single trade, leaving no room for normal price movement. On top of that, they often forget about fees and funding rates that slowly eat into their capital. Studies from major exchanges consistently show that more than 90% of new traders end up losing most of their funds within their first few months. The problem isn't leverage itself, it's that leverage magnifies human emotion, and without strict discipline, it turns every mistake into a disaster. After seeing why most beginners fail, it's important to understand that leverage itself isn't evil. It's just a tool that professionals use very differently. Experienced traders never treat leverage as a way to gamble, but as a method to manage their capital more efficiently while keeping risk under control. They usually stay within a small range, like 2 to 5 times leverage, which allows enough room for normal price swings without reaching liquidation levels too quickly. Instead of trying to win big on one trade, they focus on consistent, small percentage gains that compound over time. A key principle they follow is risking only a tiny portion of their total portfolio per trade, often around 1 to 2%, which makes even multiple losing trades survivable. They also use stop-loss orders, which automatically close a position when price reaches a set level, preventing emotions from interfering with logic. Professionals document every trade in journals, noting why they entered, how they managed it, and how they exited, because they treat trading as a business, not entertainment. Most importantly, they never let leverage control them. They control it. They enter every position with a clear plan, and if conditions change, they adjust or exit calmly instead of hoping for a reversal. The difference between professionals and beginners is not knowledge of leverage. It's discipline, patience, and the ability to protect capital first, knowing that profit always comes second. Now that you've seen how professionals treat leverage with discipline, it's time to break down the essential risk management rules every beginner must follow before even thinking about using it. The first and most important rule is to never risk more than 1 to 2% of your total trading capital on a single trade. This means that even if you lose multiple trades in a row, your account will still survive to trade another day. The second rule is to always use a stop loss, which automatically closes your trade when it moves against you beyond your planned limit. Never widen your stop loss out of hope, because that simple emotional decision can turn a small, manageable loss into a total disaster. The third rule is to size your positions correctly, which means adjusting your trade size according to how volatile the market is and how much you're willing to lose. Small position sizes give your trades room to breathe and reduce stress, allowing you to think logically instead of emotionally. Another key rule is to never trade when you're angry, tired, or trying to recover from a loss. Emotional trading, often called revenge trading, is one of the fastest ways to drain an account completely. And finally, always plan your entry, target, and exit before clicking the button, so you're never making decisions in panic once the trade is open. These rules may sound simple, but they are the only reason professionals survive while beginners burn out. Because success in leverage trading isn't about prediction, it's about protection. At this stage, it's time to understand the mindset that separates traders who survive long-term from those who disappear after a few months. And that mindset is patience. The truth is that leverage itself isn't the real enemy. Impatience is. Most beginners lose not because they can't read charts, but because they expect instant success and use huge leverage trying to speed it up. Professional traders know that consistent small gains, protected by discipline, compound into massive results over time. Using small leverage, like 2 or 3 times, allows trades to handle normal market swings without wiping you out, while still boosting returns modestly. It also lowers emotional pressure, making it easier to follow your plan calmly instead of reacting to every tiny candle on the chart. Patience means waiting for setups that truly fit your strategy, rather than forcing trades out of boredom or FOMO. It means understanding that markets will always be there tomorrow, so there's no need to chase every move today. When you trade patiently, losses become lessons instead of disasters, and profits start building naturally through steady compounding. The market often rewards those who stay calm and punishes those who rush, so slow, consistent progress will always outperform fast, emotional gambling. In the end, the strongest traders aren't the ones who win the most trades, but those who survive the longest. And small leverage with patience is the foundation that makes that possible. Now that you fully understand how leverage works, it's time for an honest reality check that every beginner needs to hear. Leverage can be a powerful tool in the hands of an experienced trader, but for someone who's still learning how markets behave, it's often a shortcut straight to failure. The main reason is that leverage doesn't forgive mistakes. Even tiny ones get magnified into major losses. Most beginners still struggle with emotions, timing, and basic trade management, and adding borrowed money on top of that multiplies every weakness instantly. The safer and smarter path is to first master spot trading, where you buy and sell crypto directly without borrowing. That's where you learn the basics of reading charts, managing emotions, setting stop losses, and controlling position size without the pressure of liquidation. Once those skills become second nature, and your results are consistent over time, using small leverage can be considered as a next step, not as a starting point. Think of leverage like driving a race car. It can reach incredible speed, but only if you already know how to handle a normal vehicle safely. In crypto, the traders who last the longest are the ones who move slowly, focus on learning, and protect their capital above all else. Knowledge, patience, and discipline build wealth in the long run, not leverage itself, but the skill to control it. We've reached the end of the video, and if you made it this far, you now truly understand what leverage trading is and why it can be both powerful and dangerous. You learned how leverage works, what margin and liquidation mean, how professionals use it responsibly, and why patience always beats high-risk gambling. If you want to go deeper into mastering your trading psychology or learning how to build a real trading strategy, check out one of the 2 videos that just appeared on your screen. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment with what topic you want explained next. Thanks for watching Bitcoin Academy, and I'll see you in the next one.